What's up, guys? So I just wanted to make this video to kind of go over the symptoms I've been having with coming off Suboxone, and I haven't been finding many videos online anymore. They're mostly just like a bunch of doctors, you know, basically not giving you any good advice, just saying, "Oh, you should go see a doctor." It's kind of ridiculous. Like, if you guys really want to get off Suboxone, like those type of things aren't going to help you. Like, your doctor can put you on a taper plan, and unless you follow the taper plan, it's not going to make a difference. Like, you have to have a good reason to want to get off this shit. I've been on it for a very long time. I'm going to get into a backstory real quick. So I first discovered opiates when I was around the age of 18 years old. So before then, even as early as like 15, I started smoking cigarettes and smoking weed. I did a lot of that kind of thing. Took Xanax. Would steal alcohol from my friends' parents and stuff like that. And eventually, I started hanging out with a bad group of guys, and one day I can't remember, discovered it was like hydrocodone, I think. But the feeling just, really kind of worked with my personality. I just fell in love with the opiate sensation. I didn't really care for alcohol. I didn't really care for pot, you know. So that's kind of how this all started. So around the age of, let's say 18, that's when I started getting my hands onto OxyContin. That was the main one. And I was doing, anywhere between like 50 milligrams to 60 milligrams a day of OxyContin, starting out. I was, I had a basically an endless supply to them around this time. This was like 2013, I want to say. I get anxious just talking about it. It's like a trigger, but not that I want to do it, but it like triggers me, like just remembering how freaking horrible all that was. Yeah. Anyway, so fast forward, a few years, it became really hard to get OxyContin. It was around 20, I want to say like 2015. It was becoming really difficult to get oxys. So a friend of mine's dad was on methadone, and I was getting methadone, 10 milligram tablets, and I was taking those, and I could get by on like 30 milligrams of methadone and be fine. But the side effects were very low sex drive, and like not even that, it just makes you feel worthless. Just like you're content, doing nothing with your life. You could just be, working, coming home, playing video games, working, coming home, and like you could do that forever and be content. And like that's no way to live. You don't want to. You know what I mean? God, like if you believe in any kind of higher power, like you're put on this earth to do something other than, sit around and be, like basically a worthless individual contributing nothing to society or the people around you. That was a big one for me. I became kind of like cold, and like my friends and family would always say like, oh, you never want to hang out, and you're cold to people, and you don't, and it wasn't me. It was like I was numb. I didn't really understand at the time. So fast forward, I couldn't get the methadone anymore, so I got a Suboxone from my friend, and I took a Suboxone, and I remember the first time I took it, I was like, this is a crazy drug. Like, I felt horrible. I was spinning. I couldn't keep my eyes open. but at least I wasn't sick. So I was doing that for a while, getting them from friends and whatnot. Eventually, I went to go see a doctor, and that's kind of how this all started. So this might have been 2017 when it was like around that same year, 2015. I went to go see my doctor. Actually, it might have been 2014, honestly, because let's say 2014. So I'm on Suboxone now, and I was kind of started out on I think they gave me 16 milligrams. So I was on 16 milligrams for, I don't know, it was like maybe a month, and I noticed it was kind of too high of a dose, so I cut it back to just 1 8 milligram strip. And during that time, I was just thankful to not be sick. I was, and I had my own landscaping company, so things were kind of going well for me. I didn't think about so much about how this was affecting me. I was more concerned about like making my business work and stuff like that. So that was good for a while. I'd say for like 6 years. I really enjoyed it. I was feeling good. I was able to get stuff done. I kind of turned my life around. Those type of things. So during that time, it might have been a year or so after that, I started to really want to get off the Suboxone, and I tried a few times and it was unsuccessful. You think you're good, and because like it has such a long half-life, you'll stop taking it, you'll wait a day or two, and think you're okay, but then day 3 comes around and you're like going back into the withdrawals. And I don't even care about the sweats, the runny nose, the sneezing, the watering eyes. I don't care about any of that. The body aches, the nausea. I have ways to deal with that. So and it's like I can handle those type of withdrawals. It's more like the inability to get shit done that bothers me. And then later on, I'll come to find out this other symptom was really bad. So that was 6 years into the subs that I tried to get off. Didn't work, so I said I'm not ready to get off this shit. I was still doing landscaping. The type of work we do is brutal, right? You're out there in the Florida sun. It's 100 degrees outside. I'm not ready to go through this shit right now. I just need to like focus. So I just say whatever. I'll just cut my dose down. So I cut my dose down to around 2 milligrams. I did that over the course of a month or two. First like went down to like 6 milligrams, then 4. I didn't really have trouble getting down to 2. Honestly, I didn't even really notice a difference. Like I said, Suboxone has such a long half-life that it builds up in your system. So I'm on 2 milligrams, and I think I'm like in my mind, I think I'm kind of sober. I'm like, oh, I'm doing good. I could be on this for a while, and I'm fine. So in 2019, I was really tired of landscaping. I had been doing it for 10 years. I was just sick of it, right? So I'm like trying to figure out, I need to sell this business. Like it's killing me, and I need to get off the Suboxone too, because like deep down I knew that this is all just synthetic. Like I'm not my true self, like I remember when I was a kid, I was fine. Like I didn't need all this shit. And, the world, life, society puts all these pressures on you, and that's why you start taking drugs, because life is really difficult. So fast forward, 2020 happens. I'm like, oh, this not the time for me either to get off subs. But something good did happen in 2020. I opened up a coffee shop I had some money from landscaping. I met this girl. We partnered up, and she was a manager at Walmart, so she kind of had some experience managing. And I asked her. I said, "Hey, do you want to help me open this coffee shop?" And she was reluctant at first, but eventually everything worked out. And we opened the coffee shop. In 2020, it was like right during COVID. We didn't even know COVID was happening yet. So, fast forward another 2 years. At this point, I had been on Suboxone for like 9 years, on and off. Like I was on a doctor's schedule for maybe 7, but before that, I was taking it. So 9 years of Suboxone use, right? You don't realize how quick time goes. Like I've been on this drug for 9 years of my life. I'm 33 today, or not today. I'm 33 years old. Well, I guess I am 33 today, but my birthday's coming up soon. 9 years of my life I have been on this drug. Like I have done some damage. I know I have. And when I say damage, I don't mean I'm scarred for life. I'm just saying that I have gave my opiate receptors this drug for 9 years, so they haven't had to do anything for 9 years of my life. When I was on, this is something I want to go over. When I was on OxyContin, that was the main one that got me started, right? So I had an unlimited supply of OxyContin. I could stop taking OxyContin, and within 3 days, I could get some sleep. Like after 3 days of withdrawing, I would be able to sleep, right? Well, I didn't realize that Suboxone, when you try to come off Suboxone, after 3 days, you just start going into withdrawals. And the one symptom that doesn't let go is the restless leg. Like it's so bad, you can't sleep. You can't sleep. It's torture. It's absolute torture. Like just talking about it right now is pissing me off, because I could have kicked Suboxone so many times if it wasn't for the restless leg. And like I said, OxyContin, 3 days, I'm able to sleep again. I'm not feeling the best, but the restless leg's not doing this shit to me. So yeah. Fast forward to 2023. I am tapering down even more. Like I'm down to maybe 1 milligram, right? Some nights I take more, some nights I take less, and I had this habit of taking it at night for some reason. So I take I take a little piece around 1 p.m. and then I take another one around 10 o'clock. And a lot of times I'd sleep great. Other times I wouldn't be able to sleep at all. The Suboxone would just keep me awake. And I started to really build this toxic relationship with Suboxone. I started to really, become, like I started to, build a hate, like a hate towards this drug, because it just wouldn't let me sleep sometimes. I'd wake up feeling like hungover, like just nauseous and just bleh. You just didn't feel like great. You don't wake up and you're like, oh, I'm ready to take on the day. I just felt sluggish. So I was like, I woke up one morning and I said, I am sick of this shit. Like I am really sick of it. And at this point I had stopped landscaping, so I was just doing the coffee shop. I sold my business and I didn't have to worry about that anymore. So I'm like, I'm ready to get off. So I started tapering, and I tapered down for, maybe a few months. So the last week and a half, I had tapered down to 0.25 milligrams, sometimes half a milligram. It might even be less than that, because I was just grabbing a strip and just taking a little tiny nibble off of it. and like I still felt the sub. Like I still felt the sub. And this is just crazy how strong these things are. So I'd say the first week of going down that low, I didn't have like horrible withdrawals. I was definitely having withdrawals, but they weren't bad. It was mostly like mild sweats, headache, some anxiety, some low energy, that type of thing. And then the restless leg would start. So what I would do is I would just take like another tiny little nibble to sleep. And that would work sometimes. For the most part, I would at least sleep till, if I went to bed at 1, I'd wake up at like 5 or 6. And for me, like, I am grateful for that. Like, because when I say I don't sleep, when I get the restless leg, I don't sleep at all. Like, I might get half an hour of sleep. Like, it's crazy. Like, I'll just lay in bed like that, like, and you just feel electricity like fucking running up your head, like in your arms, but the legs are the worst. Like it is a nightmare. So I was grateful. I'm getting at least 5 hours of sleep. I'm fine with that. Because it kind of compounds. You get 5 one night, you get 6 one night, you get 4 one night, and then eventually you'll get like a full like 7 because you're so tired. So I'm cool with that. I can sleep. I can I can operate and be pretty productive during the day on 5 hours of sleep. So once I got down to the point, like it was like 0.13 milligrams, I would say less than 0.2. I tried to just stop. I was like, I'm gonna just stop the Suboxone. And during the day I was fine. Like I get sweaty and some anxiety, but during this time I'm running every day. I'm lifting weights. Not because I love to do it, because in my mind I'm like, I need to just like get my body producing these natural chemicals. I need to do something to get my like metabolism, everything needs to be working, eating right, drinking tons of water, no coffee, no alcohol, no tobacco, just right, do everything you can to be healthy, so that when you do come off this, your body is in a stronger place, able to handle more pain. So I go, I do a lot during the day. I try to exhaust myself. I'm hoping if I'm really tired, maybe I'll just pass out. Nope. Like, I'm tired as shit, right? It's like 11:30. Super tired. I lay down and my body's just, your brain, you want to go to bed so bad, but your body is like, nope, not today, not tonight. You're not going to sleep tonight. I bought these restless leg pills. I took like 7. They did fucking nothing. Like, nothing. They might work for people that don't take opiates or aren't in withdrawals, but it did absolutely nothing. I took clonidine, nothing. Didn't stop the restless leg. I have Phenibut, took Phenibut, nothing. I don't even like Phenibut. I don't know. It just doesn't really, like, it gets you feeling kind of good, but it's not that good. I don't really care for it. I just have it around I thought it would help my withdrawals, but didn't do much for that. So I'm like, okay, well, I can't take this. I'm 33 years old. I have to do shit tomorrow. I can't fucking not sleep. Like the night prior, I had gotten like literally 1 hour of sleep. I was like, fuck, I'm not doing this again. So I take a little bit of sub. I take like 0.13. Lay in bed, nothing happens. The rest is like still kicking as hard as possible. So then I take another 0.13. Still, just not like letting go. It's not giving up. So I take another 0.13, and then at some point I had fallen asleep. I had, didn't even realize it. But then I wake up and I'm having the weird insomnia from the Suboxone. So it's just been this horrible relationship that I have with this drug. Like, it's I don't remember sleeping like a normal person. It's, like, for 9 years because I've been on it for that long. So that's what I'm going through right now. I'm currently, it's like 9 o'clock. I'm currently on still the 0.13, 0.25. It varies, and I literally only take it for the restless leg. That's it. Like, I don't need it. Like, I'm like laying in bed. I'm ready to sleep. I don't know. It really makes me mad because, like I said, regular opiates, short-acting opiates, after 2-3 days, I could sleep. I would start feeling better. It was tolerable, honestly. Like, people say Suboxone is like a godsend, and I get it. Like, I was able to do a lot with my life in that 9 years. Like, maybe I would have done more though. I don't know. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, let's just say it does help people. But these doctors, they don't fucking understand the pain that they don't take opiates. They don't fucking get it, dude. Like, it fucking pisses me off. But they think they have this good taper plan for it's like you follow their plan and it's like, I'm gonna feel like shit regardless. Like, your plan, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't know, they just don't get it. They don't get it. So if you're on opiates and you're trying to get off, this is the first thing. You have to really want to get clean. When I was in my 20s, I wasn't ready to get clean. I'm 33 now, and I'm ready to get clean. I'm ready to start living my life just sober. I don't mean like 100% sober. I'll still have a drink here and there if I can. I can't drink now because it throws me into withdrawals. I still like to have fun, but I won't do opiates. Opiates are my vice. I can't. And I don't even really care for that. Like, I don't care for that high anymore. That, like, you feel dumb. You just feel numb to the world. You feel unmotivated, really, if you think about it, because you're just like daydreaming in your mind because you feel so good, but you're not actually doing anything. Yeah. So I'm ready to quit. It's just this Suboxone won't let go. Like, it's really hard, Anyways, that's the video for today. So I'll post back here. Check back in maybe in a week. Thank you guys. I hope you get something out of this video.